I have a question. Keep the answers to yourselves. How many of you have heard somebody say, "Oh, what's that guy doing over there for? Swear down he's autistic because he's tapped." Sometimes your words can speak louder than your actions. There's a stigma around autism, and that stigma needs to end. For those unaware, by definition, autism is a bioneurological developmental disability that appears before the age of 3. It is a part of daily life for 2.8 million people in the UK today. Today, it's often perceived as a tragedy, when legitimately it's a different perspective of life. It's a mere difference in how the brain functions, and that does not necessarily imply an incorrect way of thinking. To prove it, a study was conducted in which consisted of 3 groups playing Chinese whispers. The first group was of participants that had ASD, autism. The second group was of individuals that were non-autistic, or as they say, neurotypicals, and the third group was a mixture of the two. The results were as follows. The group of only ASD and the group of non-autistic people both had an equal percentage of accuracy, whilst the mixed group had the least validity of information shared. The problem is not that an autistic person has issues with interaction. The dilemma is that when a non-autistic and an autistic person decide to socialise, the two are equally as poor in communicating in a way that makes sense for the other. Autistic people aren't half-witted, they're misunderstood. For me, I grew up alongside my cousin my entire life until she moved away last year. She has autism, but let me tell you this, she isn't any less smarter, any less intellectual than anybody here. In fact, almost 70% of autistic people do not have an issue regarding their intelligence. She isn't any less of a person sitting or standing in this room here today, or this entire nation. Autism is the fastest growing developmental disability, yet the most underfunded. How has our society been so blindsided to address this issue where in truth, it is inhumane of us to avoid them like the plague or to treat them like one. It is inhumane of us to be so insensitive. It is inhumane of us to define people by their diagnosis. Autism is not a disease. It's not contagious. What's contagious is our ignorance, and that's a disease that's lethal. Here's something to think about. Autistic people are 10 times more likely than the rest of us normal people to die by suicide. 10 times. So let's change the conversation. Being unaccepting is unacceptable. Thank you.